Okay, and welcome to The Buzz with Bernadette. Today we're diving into a world of health and wellness with a special focus on women over 40. I'm thrilled to have with me Nicola Peachey, a global ambassador for the Superfast Diet. So we're going to talk intermittent fasting, boosting your metabolism, and feeling fabulous in your 40s and beyond. So grab your green smoothie or your morning coffee, or for me, that's my little chai latte this morning. And let's get started. So Nicola, hello and welcome.
Hello. Thanks for having me, Bernadette.
That's all right. And tell us a little bit about yourself and also what it means to be a global ambassador.
Okay. Well, thank you for having me. I'm a mum of two, nearly entering my 50s. I've been interested in health and wellness for quite some time. I kept fit my whole life. And then when I was 39 years of age, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. And so sort of went through that journey, came out the other side, and through that journey, I put on quite a bit of weight because I entered menopause early when I was 39. It was chemically induced through chemotherapy. So with entering menopause, or chemopause as we call it, early, I put on weight and I just had quite a few changes to my body. So I was through that process, I was looking into ways that I could lose the weight and feel a little bit better about myself. So that's when I came across intermittent fasting. And I now work for a company called Superfast Diet, which is based here in Australia. And they're located, we're an online membership course. And apart from being in Australia, we're in New Zealand, Canada, the States, also in the UK as well. So global ambassador means, I guess I live and breathe intermittent fasting and just live and breathe a healthy lifestyle. And I want to share that with anyone that wants to hear about it.
Needs to benefit from it, which is most of us, I think. So like when you talk intermittent fasting, like what time window would you eat in?
So when we talk about intermittent fasting, it doesn't just mean eating within a specific window. It just means you're changing from one day to the next. You're eating in either a different calorie range or a different time frame. So on our program, we have 3 different methods. The method that I do is the one that you're talking about. When I eat within a certain number of hours, I eat within an 8-hour window and I fast for 16 hours. Another one of our methods is where for just 2 out of 7 days a week, you fast. You're on quite low restrictive calories for those 2 days, and for the other 5 days you're just on normal calories. And the third method that we use is for 3 days a week you're on lower calories, and for the remaining 4 days of the week you're on normal calories.
Okay, and it's good to have those options because, you know, intermittent fasting might not suit the lifestyle you're leading at the time or how busy you are in your day at the time. So can you just maybe swap between them, maybe do a week this way, 1 week and another? So that's good because we want a diet that suits us, we can be interchangeable with.
And that's when I came across it, that was the reason, that's what attracted me to it, because I didn't want to be the hard and fast rule of like I'm locked into this. I think most diets that we come across over the years, I know that I've tried, are very restrictive. And so we might stick to it for a week and then we're like, oh, this is all too hard, and just give up. This way of
we
life.
don't like too many restrictions. Although then you do hear some people go on like intermittent fasting, but then they like eat whatever they want for that 8-hour window. So does that work or not really?
Look, it can within certain guidelines, I guess. We sort of say there's nothing off limits. But, you know, if you were to eat a really, really high amount of calories within that 8-hour window every single day,
Yeah.
then it's probably not going to work for you. There are certain boundaries to keep within, and
Yeah.
getting your proper high good fats and protein and carbs. Basically, not forgetting any food groups. Nothing's off limits within reason.
Yeah, that's good to know. So many questions are going through my mind, like all the diet questions I've ever had in the world ever are going through my mind right now. So you hear sometimes there's a good order to eat things in, like that should keep you on track. So would you suggest, like, you've got your plate, or you've gone out for dinner, you've got your plate in front of you. Would you suggest like eating your good protein first, then your vegetables, etc.?
Yep,
Is that
definitely. Yeah, so if you look at a dinner plate, I'd have a good portion of lean protein, a good portion of veggies, a smaller portion of healthy fats, and then the last portion would be your starchy carbs.
carbs? Okay. A few French fries aren't off the table.
No. Well, especially, if your partner has them, you could get them to order them, and you could just sneak a few off their plate. That's
The
what I do.
typical girlfriend move, get your boyfriend to have all the French fries and you just take one or two. That's good. So as a coach for Superfast Diet, what have you found? So you obviously are that support system for your clients online.
Yep.
What do you find are the biggest challenges like for women over 40?
Okay. Probably the biggest challenge is that once they reach 40 years of age, it's already been almost indoctrinated into them how a diet should work.
Yeah.
And I think if we think, well, I know personally, if I think back to my 20s, where you'll think, okay, we'll just restrict our calories, we'll have low calories, and we'll just drop the and then as we get older, enter our 40s, 50s, that's not quite the way things work anymore.
Yep.
So one of the hurdles is just changing your mindset around how a diet as such can work. And one of the main things, I would say probably 80% of women in their 40s, 50s are actually under eating. They're not eating enough calories. And I do find this is generally, on the whole, I'll ask someone, okay, can you just give me a sample day, Monday to Friday, what do you eat? And more often than not, they're under eating. Don't get me wrong, there are other people that overeat. And again, I would say, give me a sample plan, and I'd maybe just give them some food swaps. But yeah, under eating is a big one.
That's a good point, actually, because the times that I've struggled with food the most are the times that I've said, a few years back when I was like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I'm having only a flat white in the morning, and then I'm not eating again until 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And then I'm having a massive dinner. And that was just this cycle I couldn't get out of for years. So, yeah, and then when you actually just when you know where you're going, you know how many calories you can have, and you spacing it out properly, making sensible decisions, then you see there is a light at the end of the tunnel. So, yeah, that's very important. Something I've learned. It takes years, doesn't it?
It does. It does.
Years
and
to
I think
learn.
just one of the main things, especially as we get older, is prioritising protein at every meal, if possible. And protein keeps us satiated, so it keeps us fuller for longer. So that's why it is important to have it at every meal. And also just including your good fats and including your carbs, including good fibre with veggies and fruits. Nothing is off limits. Within reason.
Exactly.
But yeah, especially as we get older, for our bones and our muscle mass, protein is very important.
Yeah, and leaving behind all those like fads that we probably worked for us when we were, in our 20s or whatever, like I'm only gonna, no carbs and stuff like that, which honestly it takes years to get that mentality out of your way of thinking, like, oh, carbs are bad, or I can't have a chip or something like when really you can just include everything and still feel quite satisfied, and it's about enjoying
Definitely.
life after all, you know?
Yeah. And
So that
I
is,
I know myself when I put on quite a bit of I put on a lot of weight in a short period of time after chemo. I tried all those fad diets. I tried
yeah,
nearly every single one of them. And don't get
yeah,
me wrong, I did lose the weight, but I was
yeah,
like this. I was constantly up and down, and I can tell through photos of like what
yeah,
diet I was on.
yeah,
And
it's that
it wasn't
constant.
consistent, and it was like it's not a way to live. It was quite miserable. Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, because with the highs you're excited and with the lows you're getting upset, and then it's a constant loop that you keep
Yeah,
going in, and it is miserable. So yeah, so with intermittent fasting, do you find it specifically benefits women in their 40s? Or I know it benefited you after your like medical condition, like, and it helped with a lot of your, I think, inflammation and stuff
yeah,
like that. So who
yeah.
else can intermittent fasting benefit?
Look, it can help anyone, but yeah, there's been a lot of research that have been done on perimenopausal and menopausal women,
Yeah.
and it's had amazing results for women as they get older. Sort of
Mm.
probably there's actually been research done on women once they start entering their 30s.
Yeah.
The research was that they gain approximately half a kilo per year. Now, this could be due to leading a busy life, a reduction in exercise,
Yeah.
and a reduction in exercise means a reduction in muscle mass, and decreased muscle mass means that metabolism slows down. With the research that's been done with intermittent fasting, they
Yeah.
actually found in a group of women over 12 weeks that they lost 11 kilos,
Oh, wow.
and a kilo of that was full body fat. And
Wow.
those results were actually a lot better than younger women, which is
Oh,
quite interesting.
wow. So
Yeah,
it is really beneficial to the
yeah,
over 40 age group. That is
and obviously all
amazing.
the health benefits. Yeah, I had a huge reduction in inflammation throughout my body,
Yeah.
and it's aided.
And why do you think that is? Do you think it's because it gives your body enough time to process everything,
Yes,
rest?
to rest. Yeah, so you're not
Yeah.
constantly. It's not constant food going through your
Yeah,
body.
because you think about it, the body's a machine and you're just like constantly putting this stuff in, a snack
Yeah,
here and a snack there, and it just like you don't
yeah,
give your body time to rest. Is that
yeah,
why they say the more sleep, the better as well? It's also
yeah,
allowing the body
yeah.
to rest.
Allowing
Yeah.
the body to rest. Yeah, and there's lots of research papers that have been done between breast cancer and intermittent fasting as well. So that's what first attracted me to it. And the risk of developing more cancer cells in the body. So yeah,
Yeah.
there's a big white paper that's been written on all the science behind
Mm.
intermittent fasting, but I won't go into it. We'll be here
Yeah.
for hours.
So, well, then with the intermittent fasting, so then would you find that because you might, so when is your first meal? Is it 1 o'clock or 12 o'clock or?
Really depends what I'm doing during the day, but it could range anywhere from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Okay.
I do a lot of exercise, and
Yeah.
I try and work my fasting around that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just depends on my day. If I've got something on with work, then it might get delayed, or I might eat beforehand because I know that I'm going to be in meetings. Or yeah,
Yeah. So then would you find that you're only then having 2 meals a day? Because when I do tend to work it in now, and I find either I'm not having breakfast or I'm having breakfast at lunchtime, and then I'm
yeah,
only essentially having one sort of like just dinner afterwards.
yeah.
So I'm only having the 2 meals a day.
Personally, I still have quite a few meals. I have
Okay.
about
Yeah.
5 meals, but they're probably all smaller
Just little.
portions.
I am trying to include a snack as well, but yeah, so I'm just working my way up. But yeah, so that's interesting to know. So maybe 5 meals you're doing,
Yeah,
small.
yeah.
Yeah,
So I probably
interesting.
so my I guess, lunch would be
Mhm.
a breakfast, eggs or something. But
Yeah.
because I've generally exercised, I do weight training in the morning, I might have a protein shake as well on the side. Then I'd have an afternoon snack. Then I'd have my dinner, and then I have something after dinner. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
beautiful.
So
Okay,
my
that's good. Yeah.
lunch is sort of breakfast and lunch in one
Yeah.
brunch. Yeah.
And if you feel like something's sweet, what is your go-to sweet snack?
My afternoon snack, which I am loving at the moment,
Yeah.
is an apple
Mhm.
with smunchy peanut butter. That's that smooth and crunchy. And
Oh.
there's one that's got like seeds in it as well. So I have apple, peanut butter, and then tahine. It's my favourite sprinkle at the moment, so I sprinkle that
You
on
need
top.
to teach me what I can use tahine on because
Oh my
tahine. Yes, I know what you're talking about. Yes, we
Yeah.
know tahine.
Yeah, like apples, berries. I love Greek yogurt.
Yeah.
Greek yogurt and berries is yummy go-to.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I have my
And that
protein
sounds like
smoothies.
it's quite satisfying as well, those
Yeah,
little snacks.
because again,
And
I'm getting sort of protein at each meal, so that keeps me satisfied. But I also
you're
have
getting
like
your
sweetness
vitamins.
on the side.
You're getting your vitamins too.
Yeah.
Well,
And
so
dark chocolate, of course.
dark chocolate, yes. Do we have a favourite brand or is it
I'll just go for Lind.
the Lindt, the good old Lindt? And are we talking 85% or are we going
I go 70.
70? Yeah. I think we can handle 70.
You can handle 70.
85 is a bit hefty. Okay, so many women over 40 start to struggle with like hormonal changes as they approach menopause. So any tips that you can give your clients or you can give women at this stage of their life?
Again, I would say high protein diet.
Yeah.
Keep fats in the diet to regulate hormones. Yeah. Very, very important. Yeah.
Okay.
Avocado, your olive oil, add it to your dressings, cook with it if you can. Peanut butters, getting your oils there. Protein's very
Are
important.
you still staying conscious of the calories that come with those, or?
I am, but again, the way that I eat, the way I do intermittent fasting is within an 8-hour window. So if you were choosing another method of fasting, say if you were doing the 2-day method, a lot of people probably heard of 5-2, 2 days a week where you eat lower calories. On those days, you probably need to watch your fat intake. Yeah. Doesn't mean that you can't have fats, you still can on those days, but you might just need to track your calories a bit more on those days.
And can you refresh me on the 5-2? So for 5 days you would eat your normal calories, which could be say 1,700
for the average woman, obviously depending on height, weight, amount of exercise, etc. that you do. It's about 2,000 calories. Anywhere from 1,700 to 2,000.
Good to me.
Yeah. So we say an average of 2,000 calories for the average woman, and for 2 days a week, 500 calories.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So on that day, you'd probably fast a lot longer.
I tend to, when I was coaching clients, generally would tend to say to them, try and fit it within an 8-hour window. So then you can spread those 500 calories, through from like sort of lunchtime onwards. That's not to say that you can't have, coffee in the morning with a nice bit of milk. Almond milk's a great go-to. Lowering calories.
Yes, a lot lower.
Nice bit of protein for lunch and protein for dinner and a small snack in between.
That's good. So you got your intermittent fast, you got your 5 and 2. And what's the third method as well?
The 3-day method. So for 3 days a week, you're on about 1,000 calories.
Okay.
And for the remaining 4 days a week, you're on 2,000 calories.
I think that sounds like a better option.
It's actually one of the probably
the most popular.
More preferred.
I was going to say, what's the most
on
popular
our program?
method? Yeah, so that doesn't sound too bad, actually.
Yeah, and we have a great community Facebook group in our program, and recipes get shared back and forth, or, oh, can you share your day on a plate for me for the 3-day method for those that are fasting 3 days a week. So, yeah.
Exactly. So that's always good when you got that support. And also your stories as well. If you're on your close friends, you get to see all your nice little snacks and your meal prep and a little bit of, encouragement from you and your walking and stuff like that, which is always good to see. Just eggs you on a little bit more.
I try and share as much as I can on my stories just to motivate people,
Yes,
do
and
it.
it is. It's really good. When I see your close friend's story come up, I'm like, yes, okay, let's check it out. And of course, all the wonderful things happen over 40. Our metabolism slows down as well. So is there any ways we can help to boost our metabolism?
Yeah, weight training is a great thing. To increase muscle mass. When you're increasing your muscle mass, you're increasing your metabolic rate, which basically you're increasing the chance of burning more calories. So that's a great thing. If you can do a little bit of strength training each day, and, we all want to live long and healthy lives.
That's right.
The best way to do that is to keep up our muscle mass. So if you can just even incorporate it slowly, you don't, and this is another thing that I do say to clients is you don't have to do everything at once, because, you don't want to start a diet, go walking half an hour every day, do strength training every day, drink 2.5 liters of water. When you look at all that, it's insurmountable. That's when you fall into a heap. So
It's
just focus on one thing per week. And go from there. But yes, if you can start to incorporate strength training,
I think that is the best advice, like a little bit at a time, because then we create good habits as well. And
have you read Atomic Habits?
I am starting to read it, actually. I think I'm up to habit stacking as well, which is quite a good little thing to get used to. When I brush my teeth, I will do something else, like relate it to something else. So that could be great to work in with dietary habits as well, I guess. Yes, which would be good. Like even if I go to a restaurant, I must, this is my go-to on a menu or something like that. You need to help me out with these ones.
It's
you need to
really
give me
good
some
book, and we incorporate a lot of that into our program, just about habit stacking, doing little things each week. And I do talk about that on my stories a bit as well. One of the things, just getting back to women, as they get older, apart from strength training, is to look at alcohol as we get older. Just the way that it mixes with the hormones isn't so great. And so possibly reducing alcohol and reducing sugar and processed carbs in our diet as we get older.
All the good stuff. As we get older, we feel like we need a little bit of a drink sometimes here and there, or we've got teenagers. It's a stressful time of life, and we just have to learn how to do it without
manage it.
But once it's amazing the difference it makes. I can see on myself in photos when I have been drinking and when I clearly haven't been drinking. And at the moment I'm doing dry July, and I've given myself 2 or 3 days within that period because I do have some birthdays to go to, etc. So I'm being realistic. I'm going to do dry July, but for 2 or 3 days I will drink. I can see already I look so much better in the face. The puffiness, it must cause that much inflammation in the body because I can see it straight away. So it is
energy levels.
Energy, absolutely. So with the weight training, would you suggest joining a gym, or do you think having your own weights at home is good enough, or what's your view?
I think the best way is the way that will actually make you get up and do it. So if you feel like you're going to buy a membership to the gym, but realistically, after a week, you're not actually going to go, then that's not the way to go.
Yeah, exactly.
If you've got a pair of dumbbells, next to your bed and you're going to use them, then do that. Really, it doesn't matter how you do it, just do it.
Yeah.
Just
Once
start.
again, every different personality type works differently. Yeah, you might be motivated by having other people around you, so
Yeah.
that might be the way to go. Or you might want to roll out of bed in your pajamas and pick up a dumbbell, and then that's
exactly. And some people are motivated by community. So, joining a gym, that really makes you go, or even having a friend. Like I walk most days, and probably 50% of the time I'm by myself, and the other 50% of the time is with a friend. Now, that's a great way to get out and get exercise, is to put a date in your diary with a friend. You're meeting up, you're having a walk together, because you might cancel on yourself, but you're not going to cancel on a friend.
That's exactly right. The accountability factor keeps you, really strong.
Yeah.
That's so good. So do you walk every day?
Yeah, every day.
Yep. That's great.
I might miss the odd day for some reason. I always take my dog for a walk, but I generally go on a long walk without him, because
and we've spoken
anyone
about
that knows my dog knows that it can only last about 10 to 15 minutes.
We both have dogs that can only walk a few blocks. So if you want a lazy dog, you can get a French bulldog or what's yours?
I've got a Maltese.
A Maltese. So then we have to take them for a walk, and then we have to take ourselves for a walk, which is good. So it's hard when you're juggling, busy careers, busy family life, teenagers running around. So how do you suggest staying on track when you are running a family or a business, a household, everything all on time schedules? Any suggestions for the busy mums out there?
Yep. Meal planning and meal prepping. I know when you hear that word, you think, oh, no, I don't have time for that. But you do.
Yeah.
Like, it literally takes, once you're in a routine, it literally will take you half an hour to plan for the week. Yeah. And even meal prepping, cooking ahead of time, really only takes about an hour. So I would suggest, say, on a Saturday or a Sunday, set aside half an hour, write down a plan from like Sunday to Wednesday, and then again do it from Wednesday onwards. And I just cook every Sunday for lunches for the week, and I plan ahead for meals. And now I've actually got into the habit of doing online deliveries, just cutting time at the supermarket as well. So that would be my big tips. And if you're really thinking, I'm sort of, not even if it's to do with your weight, you're just not feeling really maybe comfortable in yourself, and you want to make some changes, put yourself first for once and think about yourself, because we're always looking after, whether it be kids or partners or pets. Just put aside that half an hour a week and think about yourself.
Yeah, that's a very, very good tip there. I know, because we always put ourselves last, and then we don't end up looking after ourselves at all.
The burnt chop syndrome.
The online, which one?
The burnt chop syndrome. You're cooking the chops and the burnt chop. You give everyone the nice chops and you keep the burnt chop for yourself.
Yeah, so you just get the little crusty bit of the bread, or you eat the crust and give everyone everything else. I know. But the online shopping is a good one. Saving time.
It saves you time and calories.
Saves you money too.
Calories,
Yes.
Saves you money. Because when you're going down the aisles, you're like, oh, that looks good. Yeah, I have that.
I know.
I have that.
The old arms
when
get
you're when you're online, you're sort of more on a bit of a deadline. You're like, okay, just
you
want to
make
get this
more
done.
sensible decisions. It's almost like a business transaction. It's like, and you see the money that it's cost.
Yes, and I have my list, that I keep, and it's like, so you order everything, and then when you get to the end, it does remind you, like, it says, oh, and you forgot this, and I think, no, I've already got that. But I don't tend to buy those extra things, and I'm doing online shopping. Not online shopping, clothing, but
the grocery online shopping.
I might buy a few extras then.
Then we deserve it.
Yeah.
Do you know, I've never done meal prep. and I've never done a one cooking day. So are we talking like, do you just get like the veggies and the carbs ready and then add your protein?
So what I do is I prep. So on a Sunday, I prep myself and my husband's lunches from Monday to Thursday.
Yeah.
And I prep. So my actual go-to at the moment is this yummy like turkey burrito bowl. So it's like turkey mince, veggies, beans, tomatoes. So I cook all that up, simmer it down, and I will serve that with some brown rice. And there are lunches during the week.
Oh, you make it sound so easy.
I'm going to have that after this. And then with like my snacks and things, no, I don't
there for a little bit.
Sorry.
That's okay.
With my snacks, I don't cut them up, but I make sure, like, I've got all my apples there, my snack, I've got my peanut butter, so it's good to go. And then for my evening meals, no, I don't prepare them, cook them in advance, but I'm thinking, I'm having chicken that night, I've got enough chicken, I've got my veggies. But my lunches and my breakfasts, like I pre-cook the veggies to go, so it's just quick and easy.
Okay. And turkey mince, you said. So why would you choose turkey mince? Why do people choose turkey mince over chicken mince or pork mince or something like that?
Just a bit lower in calories.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Does it taste different or a little bit? No, it's okay.
Not really. I don't really. And once you put all the spices in, like smoked paprika and cumin, coriander. But, good. Chicken, pork mince, just as good. Whatever your preference.
All right. Well, let's talk about stress and stress management. How, because that's very important, to our overall health. How can you suggest ways that we can manage our stress better?
One good one is actually putting your phone down. I mean, I know we're on screens at the moment, but just putting your phone down, because don't get me wrong, there's a lot of humor and things that we see on social media, but news and sometimes a bit of scrolling, you can see not a very nice comment, and so I think just put your phone away, a bit of fresh air.
Also, it's a bad time too. It's like this, which
totally
it's giving me creases in my neck.
Which we don't want.
We don't want that. So I think of it often. I'm like, okay.
Even spending time with our pets, with a book, like a proper book. Volunteering, like helping other people, even if it's even the cat haven or a dog shelter, or I do voluntary work myself. It's just, I think, getting out and actually even writing a list of ways that you can de-stress.
That's so true. And of course, exercise and walking.
Exercise and walking. I mean, I've got to say, my walking, yes, I do it to keep fit, but probably more so is for mental health, just to get out, fresh air.
Yes. And also, do you have a cheat day at all, or do you just, because you don't limit yourself?
I don't really limit myself.
You don't feel like
if I'm on a specific program, because I know that I have been a coach. Now I'm the global ambassador for Superfast Diet, but we all need mentors, and I've had a coach myself, and so if I'm on a specific program, then I will be quite strict if I'm heading towards something. But on the whole, because I'm eating within those 8-hour window, those 8 hours of non-fasting, I'm sort of quite flexible with my eating, and that's why this way of life's so easy. So I do allow myself chocolate or French fries or whatever, as long as I'm within that window. So I wouldn't say I have a cheat day as such, because I don't really need it.
It sounds better the way you do it, because I find back in the old days when I used to have a cheat day, I would think, this is my only cheat day, I better go for it. And I would find I was eating things that I didn't even really want on the day. So I think if you just live that non-restrictive lifestyle, and you can have it whenever, especially for the way my mind goes, it helps me to just go, then I don't really want it today. I might want
Yeah.
it tomorrow, but yeah.
On 2 other methods, when you're calorie restrictive on either 2 days or 3 days a week, because I have
Yeah.
done those methods as well. I just think, okay, well, I can't have that today, but wow, I can enjoy it tomorrow and the next day if I want, and the next day. So
Yeah.
yeah,
That's exactly right. So, and would you suggest any, are there any supplements like that you like to take?
not personally. I know that there's lots of supplements out there, and each to their own. Or people
Yeah.
want to take them. The only thing I
Yeah.
really take is magnesium at night
Yeah.
time. That just helps, again, because I've been exercising, helps with muscles and relaxing, and before I
Relaxing
go
and
to bed,
sleep
and sleep.
stuff.
So, but yeah, there's lots of additional supplements that you can take, but no, personally, I don't.
And how about, do you have any viewpoints on hormone replacement or hormone therapy after the age of 40 or?
I don't take anything. I'm not quite there yet,
Mhm.
but that's not saying that I won't. I'm not against it. I pretty much think it's a personal thing, and whatever
Yeah.
works for you, and obviously consult your doctor. Yeah.
Yeah, excellent. And I know we both have been to the same lady for some lymphatic massage. Yes. Can you talk about if you think that's really helpful for, getting rid of, toxins or any build-ups that you might have?
Yeah.
We
Yes.
went to an amazing lady, and she's
Oh,
just
we don't want to
fantastic.
give away her name.
I know we don't want to
to see her.
publicize because she's our little secret.
Well, I first started lymphatic drainage, as it's also called, over 10 years ago,
Yeah.
when I had lymphedema, and I had from when you have lymph nodes removed, you can have a build-up of lymphatic fluid.
Yeah.
And I found it amazing, and I had it for quite a few years after all my surgeries. Then I stopped for a while, and then I found this amazing lady that I tell Bernadette about.
I saw it on your stories, and I was like,
oh,
oh.
And I used to live in Brazil, and it's very, very popular over there. And this lady is Brazilian.
Yeah.
And so I thought, wow, okay, she's going to know what she's doing. I walked in, and I had the added bonus that I could speak Portuguese with her, which I was really excited about. But I walked out going, my goodness, that was the best massage I ever had. And I just you feel rejuvenated. And you could tell that she knew what she was doing, because she was reaching where basically you have lymph nodes all over your body, and she knew how to get rid of all the fluid.
Yeah.
And you feel
She
totally
knows
revived.
what she's doing. She's
Gets
fantastic.
rid of the toxins in your body. It's
And
amazing.
it's a great way to relax, and you're getting those benefits as well. So it's fantastic. So we're getting to the end of the questions now. Look, we've even gone over time, which is easy to do when you're talking health, lifestyle, diet. What do you think about all the new fads that come along? I know at the moment everyone seems to be on, even with my partner at work, would you believe, all the men at his work, the tradies, they're all on this carnivore diet at the moment. And I know a lot of my friends are as well. And they all seem to be losing a lot of weight. Look,
it seems to be, I think there'll always be a fad.
There'll always be some fad.
Yeah.
I think it's something we try in our youth.
Yeah.
But also youth
I haven't
has
tried
taught
it.
me. No.
I haven't tried it, but I know.
Leave it in the past. Leave it there.
I do actually know someone that follows it for medical reasons. And her reasons are quite extreme.
Right.
But it's been the only thing that she's found that's really helped her, and I think fantastic. If it helps you.
And if she's tried everything else and that's what works for her, then that's great. But if you're just, I guess if you're just doing it as a fad, well, fads only last for a short amount of time.
Yeah.
And I think you can't.
And I know for her, she can stick to it. So,
that's right. I don't think you can go past good, balanced, healthy eating, definitely weight training after you reach, pretty much would be great all your life, but, over 40, even better.
definitely.
Yeah, and
And
fresh
get
air
some
and a
walking
good
into
good
your
walk.
day. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I try and reach a certain number of steps per day. Have my little Apple
Yes.
Watch on all the time, but
Yes.
yeah,
So do I.
keeps
Sometimes
me.
it has very sad days,
Yeah,
but I have a goal. I have a goal,
yeah,
and that's the thing is you got to have a goal, something to work towards
you
every
do.
day, little
And
checklist to tick off.
look, you don't have to get there like straight away.
Yeah.
I'll share a story about one of my clients.
Yes,
So
please.
she lives in WA,
Mm.
in country WA.
Yeah.
And when we first started our calls together, she told me she actually was flying to Perth for medical treatment. She had to come down sort of every couple of months or so, and she couldn't fit into an airline seat. So one of the big things that I share with my clients is, what's your big why? So that was her big why. She's like,
Yeah.
I want to be able to fit into an airline seat, buckle up my seatbelt and feel comfortable. And she also her husband loves fishing, and she wanted to get into a little dinghy boat with her husband and go fishing together. I thought, what better reasons? Anyway, the way that she got to her goal wasn't overnight. It wasn't that quick, but it was each week. When we were talking about habit stacking, just each week, she was doing the 3-day method. So she stuck to her 3 days. On the other days, she enjoyed her food and she likes to have a drink as well. She was drinking on the other days. She wasn't doing any exercise because she was quite large and she couldn't do any exercise.
Yeah.
And where she lives in the country is very hot, so she couldn't just go out for a walk. Anyway, she ended up losing 65 kilos.
Oh my
which
God.
virtually
That
has,
must make you so proud and so
yeah,
happy.
and teary. Like she sent me
That
the
is.
photos and amazing. And no, and it wasn't overnight. But and now she just feels amazing, absolutely amazing. New
And
wardrobe, new lease of life, and she's walking. She sends these beautiful shots of her walking along the beach with the sunset, and it's
that
amazing.
is so good. And so would you have spoken to her every day, or you just do weekly check-ins, or
We just do weekly check-ins. So we have a chat once a week, and then in between she'll send me photos, or on our weekly check-ins she might send me her food plan for the week. And then if she's had a bad week, then we talk about that and what she can do next week. If she's got, say, an event coming up or she's got functions coming up, we navigate that.
That's good. So if she was going out and there was going to be food hors d'oeuvres going around, she would then say, what should I do in this situation? And then just someone to bounce off and get good advice from. What's your longest standing client that you've had? Like how
well, I don't coach anymore. I'm just sort of like the ambassador for Superfast Diet. But she was a couple of years. So,
that must make you so proud. My gosh.
Yeah, I mean, you form these friendships with her. She's no longer a client. She was seeing another coach after me. But I still keep in contact with her, and when she comes back to Perth, we catch up. So it's nice.
That is so lovely. All right. Well, I think we have covered everything today. I've learned a lot, and I speak to you all the time. I've learned a thing or two, and it's motivated me even to go through the week now and just get a little bit more in order, do more exercise, do more planning in my diet. And so I've been inspired by this chat, which is good.
Good.
So, all right. Well, thank you so much for chatting with us today. And we look forward to watching your stories as well. So give us your Instagram handle as well so we can have a look.
So it's __ just Peachey. Peachey is spelled Peachey. And the _ is for if any of my triple negative breast cancer sisters are watching. That was why I chose the _. Because triple negative is a breast cancer. There you go. Probably never knew that.
From this chat today. Oh my goodness.
That's my Instagram handle.
Yes, so make sure you give Nicola a follow. And thank you so much for today.
Pleasure.
And
Lovely
we will
chatting.
chat to you again, I'm sure, at some stage.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye. Thanks for tuning in to another fabulous episode of The Buzz with Bernadette. And today we had the pleasure of chatting with Nicola Peachey, Global Ambassador for the Superfast Diet. And she shared some amazing tips and tricks for diet and health for women over 40. I hope you found our conversation as enlightening and fun as I did. I know I certainly learnt quite a few new little good tricks and habits to take on board. Remember, it's never too late to prioritize your health and well-being, whether you're looking to shake up your diet or just need a little motivation. Nicola's advice was sure to get you going, as it did for me. So if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to follow The Buzz with Bernadette on your favorite podcast app. You can also catch me on Instagram at Bernadette_MAREE, Bernadette Maree, or The Buzz with Bernadette, all one word. So check out my YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe, and until next time, keep that positive energy up and stay fabulous.